Alright guys, Jack here, JBF Music and Guitar Lessons. So what I've got today, this is a bit of an odd one. I saw a clip, and this was a few weeks back, and foolishly I didn't bookmark the address, right? It was an interview with Santana, and he was talking about fourth dimensional and fifth dimensional guitar playing. I'm going to have a good scour and see if I can find the clip again. But either it didn't exist and I've just imagined it, which I really hope didn't happen. It did exist, but it's been pulled, or its search engine optimization is just so bad that it's going to be impossible to find. But essentially, there's this little clip when he's talking about three-dimensional, fourth-dimensional, and fifth-dimensional guitar playing. As I say, if I find the clip, I'll play it just now.
What do you think society needs from musicians to change the course of destiny for good? For good as in like for the good of all.
I love that question. Very profound and very meaningful. And it comes back to the third dimension. Third dimension is very predictable, boring, cute, clever, deep as a spoon, shallow, hollow, predictable and pathetically annoying. And then you have the fourth and the fifth dimension, which is like archangels, Nikola Tesla, Stravinsky, and Da Vinci, Tatum, Charlie Parker, Coltrane, Wayne. You know, I can hear one note who's a fifth dimensional or fourth dimensional or three dimensional. So if we teach people how to listen like that, we will change forever the third dimension for the highest good of all with impeccable integrity, which is like you and I being higher than an astronaut's butt up there in space, you know, looking at this planet and go, oh, I can see why Sandra and Coltrane and Miles, they play like that, like bitches brew, because they're up here. And to get there, ayahuasca, peyote, mescaline, LSD. And hopefully under supervision so you don't hurt yourself. There's fifth dimension, fourth dimension, and third dimension.
Which dimension do you feel like you're operating under?
Probably between fourth and fifth.
So, on the surface, this just seems kind of nonsensical, like in a kind of physics sort of way. We live in a three-dimensional, that's how we experience reality. I think there's an argument to be made that this dimension's up to is kind of like 6 or 8, like physical ones. But it's too confusing for me to understand because apparently they could be so small they'd be difficult to find. And we're going on the wrong path here. This is getting into kind of like flatland territory, and they dealt with the, the possibility of physical dimensions much better than I'll be able to. But so my initial reaction was kind of not laughing, but kind of like, oh man, this is a dude that's taken a lot of acid in his day, all right? But then I was kind of thinking, I think I know what he's talking about. You have guys like Jeff Beck, Steve Vai, particularly if you see him live, Andy Timmons, probably John Mayer as well. I know, like Santana himself, there's just a special something to their playing. Now, whether you want to say it's a higher dimension or some sort of cosmic force being channeled, or you want to say it's something spiritual, or you want to say they're just more in touch with their unconscious mind and they're expressing things non-verbally in a way that resonates with other people. Whatever you choose to put as the definition or something entirely different is totally up to you. But I would like to put it to you guys, is this something that you think you can hear as well? Like when something's just really kind of, I don't want to say heartfelt, but just kind of genuine and sincere, versus something that's maybe a bit sort of contrived or potentially over-intellectualized. And just from my own kind of experiences, if I kind of jam and listen back to it, I can tell times when I'm trying to do like a flashy lick for the sake of doing something kind of showy, or if there's a technique I'm working on, versus that kind of special moment when you manage to just kind of get in the zone for like a little peak every so often.